Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 3 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 3 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter compare fractions. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I am on grade 3 math. The chapter we're on right now is compare fractions. Let's just start with the lesson, that is compare fractions using models. Which fraction is less? 7 over 8 and 6 over 8. So basically you are comparing two of the fractions using the model. So comparing the fractions using model is very easy. The fraction that has more portions colored is always the greater one, and the one with the smaller portion colored is less. So the fractions we are given is 6 by 8 and 7 by 8. So we have the figure with 8 portions, and for the 7 over 8 you have 7 portion colors, and for 6 over 8 you have 6 portions colored. So you have to see which one is less. So 6 by 8, it has less portion colored than 7 over 8. So the flood is greater, and the one that has less portion colored is smaller. Let's just start with the test questions. Which fraction is less, 5 over 8 and 6 over 8? So again you have to say which one is less. So the one that has the less portion colored is less. So 5 over 8 has less portion colored than 6 over 8. So the correct option is 5 over 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which fraction is greater? The one that has the more portion colored is greater. So which fraction is greater? That is 2 by 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. The one that has more portion colored is greater. So 2 by 3 is greater than 1 over 3. Which fraction is greater? 1 by 4, 2 by 4. So the greater one is 2 by 4. The one that has more portion colored is greater. So 2 by 4 is 2 by 4, right? The greater one is 2 by 4. No one is answering. Why is that difficult? Okay, great. Which fraction is less? 3 by 8, 4 by 8. Which is less? 3 by 8, 4 by 8. That is 3 by 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. 3 by 8 is less than 4 by 8. Which fraction is greater? 2 by 6 and 5 by 6. Which fraction is greater? 2 by 6 and 5 by 6. The greater one is 5 by 6. Option number 2 is greater. Very good. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next one is compare fractions. Let's just start with the lesson. Which fraction is greater? 1 by 6 and 3 by 6. The one that has more portion colored is greater. So 3 by 6 is greater than 1 over 6, right? Option number 1 is 3 by 6 is the correct option, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Which fraction is less? 7 over 8, 1 over 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. 1 by 8 is less than 7 over 8. Why option number 1? That's option 2. You have to see the smaller fraction. So smaller fraction is the one because they both the fractions have same denominator. Just look at the fractions 1 over 8 and 7 over 8, right? When the fractions have same denominator, you just look at their numerator. 1 is smaller than 7, so 1 over 8 is less than 7 over 8. So that is option number 2. The smaller one is 7 over 8. The correct option is 1 over 8. Which fraction is greater, 3 by 6 and 5 by 6? So which is the correct option? The greater one is 5 over 6 because 5 over 6 has greater numerator, or if you make the model for both the fractions, 5 over 6 has more portion colored than 3 over 6. Which fraction is less? 1 by 8, 4 by 8. 1 over 8 and 4 over 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. 1 over 8 is less than 4 over 8. Which is less, 1 by 4, 3 by 4? Which fraction is less, 1 by 4, 3 by 4? That is option number 1. 1 by 4 is less than 3 by 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which fraction is greater, 3 by 6, 2 by 6? That is 2 over 6. Which fraction is greater, that is 2 by 6? Option number 2 is the correct option. The greater one is 3 by 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Sorry, not 2 by 6. I selected the wrong option actually. Which fraction is less, 6 by 8, 2 by 8? That is 2 by 8. 2 by 8 is less than 6 by 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which fraction is greater, 6 by 8, 4 by 8? Which fraction is greater, 4 by 8, 6 by 8? That is 4 over 8. Sorry, greater is 6 by 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. The greater fraction is 6 over 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which fraction is less? Which fraction is less, 2 by 4, 3 by 4? Which is the correct option? That is 2 by 4. Very good. Option number 1 is the correct option. What fraction is greater? The greater fraction is 1 by 4 or 2 by 4? The one that is greater is 2 by 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Which fraction is greater, 1 by 6, 2 by 6? So which is the correct option? The fraction greater one is 2 by 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Which fraction is less? 4 by 6, 1 by 6. Less is 1 by 6 is less than 4 by 6. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is benchmark fractions. Let's just start with the lesson. Which benchmark is between 2 by 5 and 4 by 5? So you have to compare the fractions. Start with the first benchmark, that is 1 by 2. You have to compare 2 by 5 and 4 by 5 and 1 by 5. 1 by 2, you have to compare them, right? So just look at 2 by 5, 1 by 2 and 4 by 5. So 1 by 2 is greater than 2 by 5. 1 by 2 means half. 1 by 2 is greater than 2 by 5. Half is greater than 2 by 5. And 1 by 2 is smaller than 4 by 5. You can see it like this. Let me just explain. For example, we have a model. I'm going to explain it through model. That is very easy to understand through model. 2 by 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is 2 by 5. 1 by 2. And then 4 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can compare these two. 1 by 2 has more portion colored than 2 by 5. That means 1 by 2 is greater than 2 by 5. And if you compare 1 by 2 and 4 by 5, 4 by 5 has more portion colored. So 4 by 5 is greater than 1 over 2. So that means 2 by 5 2 by 5 is less than half and half is greater than 4 over 5. So the benchmark is 1 over 2. Got it? If you compare them with 1, both the fractions are smaller than 1. So 1 is not in between 2 by 5 and 4 by 5. 2 by 5 is less than 1 and 4 by 5 is less than 1. So 1 is not between 2 by 5 and 4 by 5. The other one, half 1 by 2 is between 1 by 2 by 5 and 4 by 5 because 2 by 5 is smaller than half and 4 by 5 is greater than half. So the correct option is 1 over 2. Let's just start with the test questions. Which benchmark is between 2 by 5 and 4 by 5? That's the one we just did. That is 1 over 2. 1 by 2 is less than half and greater than 4 by 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which benchmark is between 3 by 5 and 2 by 5? So let's just see which is between. I'm going to start with the 1 by 2, right? So let's just make a model for 3 by 5, 1 by 2, and 2 by 5. So 3 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Then we have half. Then we have basically their size must be same, right? Because I'm drawing it with the hand, so that's why their sizes is bit not same. They all have like 3 by 5, 1 by 2, and 2 by 5. They have same length, right? Just the portions colored are different. So 3 by 5 is more than half. You can see 3 by 5 is has more portion colored than half and 2 by 5 has smaller portion colored than half. So 1 over 2 is less than 5 over 2. So that is the benchmark is 1 over 2 because 1 over 2 is in between 3 by 5 and 2 by 5. 3 by 5 is greater than 1 over 2 and 1 over 2 is less than 2 over 5. Got it? So the benchmark is first one, that is 1 over 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which benchmark is between 4 by 3 and 2 by 3, which is the correct option? 4 by 3 and 2 by 3 has the benchmark 1 because 4 over 3 is no, that's not option 1, that's option number 2. 4 by 3, that means 4 by 3 is greater than 1, and when 2 by 3 is less than 1, so option 2 is the correct option. Which benchmark is between 5 by 6 and 9 by 6? So which is the correct option? The benchmark between 5 by 6 and 9 by 6 is 1. 9 over 6. The important thing you need to learn here is whenever the numerator is greater than denominator, that means the fraction is greater than 1. So 5 by 6 is less than 1, but 9 by 6 is greater than 9 by 6 is greater than 1. So the benchmark that is between 5 by 6 and 9 by 6 is 1. The correct option is the benchmark is 1. Option 2 is the correct option. Which benchmark is between 3 by 4 and 6 by 4? Again, 6 by 4 is greater than 1 because the numerator is greater than 1. Sorry, then if the numerator is greater than denominator, that means the function is greater than 1. So the benchmark that is in between 3 by 4 and 6 by 4 is 1. Which fraction is between 6 by 8 and 3 by 8? Six by 8 and 3 by 8. So 6 by 8 is greater than 1. So the correct option is the benchmark that is between 6 by 8 and 3 by 8 is 1. Why half? Which benchmark is between 6 by 8 and 3 by 8? That is 1. Option 2 is the correct option. Okay. Oh, 6 by 8. That is not greater than 1 by 2. Sorry. So half 1 by 2 is the benchmark. Sorry, sorry. I thought numerator is greater than denominator. Which benchmark is between 1 by 8 and 7 over 8? That is 1 over 2. 1 over 2 is the benchmark between 1 by 8 and 7 over 8. Which benchmark is between 3 by 4 and 5 by 4? That is the 5 over 4. Now numerator is greater than denominator, so the benchmark is 1. Okay, we are done with the lesson. So we were working on grade 3 math. The chapter we were working on is compare fractions. The lessons we have covered today are compare fractions using models, compare fractions and benchmark fractions. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please ask questions if you have any. Any questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.